I don't know how I feel about All the Wilderness. It's not a bad film, but I kind of found it to be quite boring. But I think there might be an audience for it depending on what you're looking for. This was released in 2014. It's written and directed by Michael Johnson, and we have a cast including Kodi Smit-McPhee, Virginia Madsen, Isabelle Fuhrman, Danny DeVito, and this is about a boy called James who has recently lost his father, and he's talking with a psychologist played by Danny DeVito, and he's also walking around and meeting people, and that's tremendously boring. The specifics of the narrative are dire. I don't think anything interesting in this happens apart from the meetings he has with the psychologist. Those are the only scenes that I genuinely found to be interesting. However, I really like James as a character. I took to the character immediately and I wanted the best for him. So even though the journey was boring, I'm glad that the character was likable so I could at least follow the journey with somebody for whom I wanted the best. The characters are certainly well written, the performances are very good, but I feel like it's just tremendously dull. Just nothing in this, almost nothing in this, is interesting, and I found it to be kind of tedious to sit through. But again, I liked watching James. I didn't care for whatever was unfolding, but at the same time, I think it handles grief and the way James is responding to the loss of his father in a way that feels very believable. I think if you're in a similar situation, there could be that element of comfort in the familiarity. It could genuinely be very beneficial for somebody in the same or similar position as James, and I can't really fault it for that. I think it set out to achieve something to that effect, in my opinion, and I think it did a good job with it. So it could be more engaging, it could be more impactful, but because James is well written and likable, it wasn't a terrible experience. All the technical aspects are absolutely fine, no problems there. I just think the narrative maybe needed a little something different to be more engaging, but the good stuff is very good. The strong aspects are very strong. And I wouldn't say the weak aspects are horrendously weak, they're just not that interesting. So personally, I didn't love it. But there are some positives, there are some things that are done very well. And if you can relate to James, I think that it could be very beneficial. It could be really effective. So it's not terrible. I didn't love it. I wouldn't watch it again. For me, I found it a little bland. But I can see a lot of things done right. And I can certainly see the benefit. It might appeal to some people. It might be more enjoyable to some people than it was to me. I don't think it's as strong as it could have been. But there are several things that I think it did very, very well, namely the writing of James and the way they handled James's situation. All things considered, All the Wilderness is not one that I'd watch again. It's not the worst film I've ever seen. It was just a little bit dull, but I can see a lot of positives, and if it could be a film for you, then I guess I'd say it's worth checking out.